Yeah, so keyword research is very commonly one of the sections that gets left out. It's like everybody gets excited. They might even hit every other part of our list that we talked about last week as well, as far as the whole system, right? But if you don't have the correct keywords, and when we talk keywords, we're talking about the phrases or the words that people are typing into Google or Bing or any other popular search engine that's out there, right? So what your goal is to first know your avatar. We've covered that last week, know who they are. Then you have to have a starting point of what you think that particular avatar is typing into Google to find your service or your product or whatever you might be that you're trying to give value for, right? So you got to think of idea. You have to have a starting point. And those are the words that you're looking for. There's tools we're going to talk about today. Sean and I are going to go over some details on some tools, but you have to have a starting point. So those keywords, without finding those keywords, you essentially might be going in different directions that Google doesn't know where to index you. But if you find those gold keywords, right, the words that people are typing into Google for your particular service or product, then you'll have the better opportunity to rank in those search results. And that's why those keywords are very, very important. Before you start anything, you have your avatar, then you can start working on your keyword list. Without those keyword lists, it's once again, sometimes you're running in the wrong direction in that race.
100%. I mean, you could literally be running the complete wrong race.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even the wrong direction, just literally the wrong race.
Which is very common, right, Sean? We've seen every time we get a website, we look at it and it's in the industry. Don't get me wrong. It has pictures about the industry, but you look at the content, the words that Google's actually reading. Google's a robot. It scans your content, right? So it's looking at it. It says nothing about where you want to rank, right? It doesn't tell them anything. So it's very important to get those correct keywords.
Yeah, the one that always comes to mind, we do so much with the real estate side, real estate investors. The one that always comes to mind is there's a website out there that a number of them have, and they're basically being ranked for dwell scores. And nobody can even really define what the word dwell score means.
Including the owner of the website, right?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, we talk to the client, or the individual when we get on those calls with them, and we're like, so you do dwell scores, and that's who you rank for, and what you're telling Google you are, and they're like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what it means. Google's probably saying the same thing. I don't know what that is.
The other important point to kind of point out here is a lot of people get really excited. It's like, yeah, Sean and Roger, but check this out. Let me put in my company name and see, I'm ranking number 1 or number 2. I'm doing great. Sorry, guys, but once again, from last week, right? Nobody cares. You're a brand new company. Nobody cares about your brand. Everybody cares about what you can do for them, right? What can you solve their issue? So those keywords we're talking about are those questions, are those key terms that they're putting in when they know nobody. They know no brand. They're just looking for help.
100%. I mean, there's so much truth right there. So with that, I'm going to pull in a screen, and I'm going to play student through this, okay? Roger's going to play the professor, the teacher, the mentor, the coach. For that role, Sean's going to play kind of ignorant to the topic, partially because this isn't my side of business. This is where Roger definitely outshines myself when it comes to this. So got a blank Google page here pulled up, Roger, and I'm brand new. I'm just getting started. I've never done this before. I know I want to rank on Google. Can I actually use Google itself to figure some of this stuff out? And if so, how do I do it?
Absolutely. So the first things that I'm going to point out here is that what we're trying to kind of convey today is basically the information is for that beginner. So if we have any advanced people on the call listening to the podcast later or on YouTube or whatnot, keep in mind there are more advanced tools, paid tools that are very expensive that we actually use. But today's goal is to teach that weekend warrior, that weekend digital marketer, right, that wants to solve this on their own. We want to teach you how to get started, right? So this is the absolutely free way to get the ball rolling. So number one is there is a way using what's called Google Suggest, pretty much. You can do the AutoSuggest. So what I'm going to have Sean do here is, Sean, you're in the real estate space. And I'm going to tell you, all right, Sean, what do you think people are typing into Google to find you? What kind of words do you think? Give me an idea. And once you have that idea, I want you to type it in there slowly. I want you to go slowly. Don't hit enter or anything. as Sean is typing in, I want you guys to look at something. There's suggestions that are being given by Google. Those suggestions, as he's typing that out, are literally terms that people are typing into Google. If they were not being typed into Google, those would never appear there.
So you're talking
That's,
about like
boom.
I'm seeing right now, I'm starting to type in sell my, and it's HOU at the moment, right? I'm starting to type in sell my house. If I'm in the real estate space, my avatar is probably trying to sell their house. So you're telling me that like sell my house fast, sell my house fast for cash, sell my house fast. I'm obviously in Los Angeles. I would assume that's why that's pulling this in. Sell my house calculator, sell my house now, right? Sell my house without a realtor. These are kind of keyword suggestions.
Exactly. Those are no-brainer keyword suggestions that literally Google is giving you, telling you. These are terms that people are typing into my search engine that are looking for information. So that should be your first pretty much green light as far as like what type of terms to put on. You should have a spreadsheet, by the way. You should be putting these all on a spreadsheet. So this is a good start. So this is the Google AutoSuggest, right? So keep going, Sean. Finish your term and don't hit enter yet, though. Just finish your term, whatever you're thinking in your head.
Let's go sell my house. Just sell my house. Actually,
sell my house.
We'll go sell my house fast. Let's see what happens.
Okay. All right. So Sean at this point would stop. He'd be like, okay, I have some ideas. He'll put these suggestions that are right there, those drop down suggestions, put them on a spreadsheet. And then once he has those documented, go ahead and Sean, push enter.
And we load in a basic Google search.
Basic Google search. So we're gonna play a little bit of the art teacher here, right? I'm gonna give you kind of look at the value of this picture that you're looking at right on your screen. So one thing that you guys have to look at is on a Google search kind of result page, you have a number of things happening. So number one, on the top, obviously it's giving you your keyword that you typed in, but as you scroll down, you'll notice a couple results there that have that little icon that says ad, right? AD. Those are basically people that are paying. Those are the PPC or paid advertising ads. So you can scroll past those. You're not playing in that game. We're playing organic here. So the next one that does not have the ad, that's the first what's called organic result. That's basically where the SEO, any type of SEO that you're doing is going to start. That's where you start. And if you scroll down a little bit more, Sean, there's an area that says people also ask. So those right there is another section, guys, where Google's literally giving you questions. If you're looking for blog ideas, this is a great section to take. Like, I wonder what people that are looking for sell my house fast, what kind of questions do they have? What kind of blog posts can I create around that topic, right? So there you go. Google's literally giving you the exact questions people are typing in. Obviously, if you hit one of those drop downs, Sean, go ahead and hit one of those chevrons. This gives you a little bit of a snippet of the information, but it also gives you the website that it came from. In this case, it's Zillow. So if you're like, all right, I have a couple keywords, I have a question here that I'm really interested in. I think my particular audience might enjoy or take value from. I don't know what to do in regards to what to write, right? We get that a lot as well. I don't know what to write. All you have to do is click on Zillow. Now, Sean, don't click on it, but I'm just going to give them an example here. All you have to do is click on that link, and I think you did click on it, but you would go to that blog post, you'd read it, and you basically take your own experience and rewrite it in your own words. Now, you're not copying. I'm not saying do not copy the content, copy the topic, right? Because those are the topics people want to hear. Now, not everybody's going to be enticed to read Zillow's blog, but you know what? You have your own audience and you're going to build your own audience. Maybe people will be enticed to read your blog post. But at the end of the day, it has a keyword. That's today's topic is keywords. The goal here is that you got a question that Google's telling you that people are looking for, so you nailed the keyword for that topic.
So you're basically saying, like this one, for example, top 9 strategies to sell house fast, right? To sell out the top 9 steps to sell a house fast. Obviously, it's written by Zillow, but you're saying, hey, I should just, as a real estate individual, real estate business owner, let me come up with my list of 7, 8, 9, whatever, 5, whatever. But I basically, it's the top, top 6. If I've got 6 ideas, steps to sell a house fast, and it's from my words. But
Exactly.
I'm using some of the keywords that Google's suggesting people are actually searching for or that are actually out there ranking.
Exactly, guys. And that is not in digital marketing and like many other industries, it is not stealing, it's borrowing ideas. The person that invented a chair does not own the chair. There's many different chairs that are designed different ways, right? This is what you're doing. You're borrowing the idea and you're making it your own. That's 100% fine.
So really, it's just the same way that I ever wrote any kind of papers in school. I just kind of found
Exactly.
one that I liked and rewrote it in my own words.
There you go. All right. So, right. For whatever reason, I don't believe you, man. All right.
Hey, everybody out there that knows, that's been following me for a long enough time, knows that Sean did not care about school. The only thing he cared about was getting the heck out of there and not doing any more of it. So,
right on. So to this point, we've given them some pretty valuable tips so far, but there's more, guys. There's still more that you can do with this technique here. So the next technique that I want to show you is still utilizing this Google AutoSuggest technique. So if you notice, Sean typed in "sell my house fast." If you go to all the results, Sean, as you start kind of scrolling down, there's some bolded words. Mm-hmm. In the description. So if you, that way they can see what we're talking about. So if you're listening, if you go to the results, there's kind of the title of the result, and then there's a little description. In the description, there will be bolded words. Those bolded words are synonyms that are related to the keyword you typed in, or very similar, very close. So those are also keywords that Google sees as value that you should add in your content when you write about this topic. So you should absolutely put these words in your list of keywords. Does that make sense, John?
100%. I mean, and as you guys, if you're listening to this, go maybe later and sit down and just pull up a Google search, type it in, and it doesn't matter what you search for, whatever. Coolest cat on the world. It's going to come up with Sean Tiberio, probably bolded, and Roger Valdez. The two of them, coolest people in the world, kind of thing. But basically, that's just do a search and pay attention. You'll notice.
I like that example. Keep rolling with it.
I mean, I think it's there, and if it's not, we just got to call Google and make sure that they put it there. But you're just looking for the bolded words, and these are additional kind of elements to your keyword research process.
Exactly. And keep in mind, you guys haven't spent $1. This is all free. This is stuff that you're looking at every day. You had no idea that the keywords are right in front of you. And they're not even from me. They're directly from Google. These are Google's suggestions, right? So the final piece to this particular technique lives at the very bottom of your screen. So at the very bottom of your screen, it gives you another set of keywords, and you'll find that there might be some duplicate examples down there. It's okay. Your goal is to kind of find all the unique ones, right? So if there's some duplicates, just take them out. But the final tip here is to go to the bottom and look at those suggestions right there, search results suggestions at the bottom that are related to your keyword as well. You might find a couple more gold nuggets down there. So that's basically where you'd go. So to finalize this technique, this is the AutoSuggest, the Google AutoSuggest technique, okay? This is 100% free. You saw us kind of go through it. If you missed something, just go back we'll have the recording, go back and watch that or listen to it. Very, very simple. So that's—
Let me play devil's advocate for 1 second,
sure.
Right? Because we just did this in Google and kind of know the answer here, but I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second. What if I'm a DuckDuckGo user? Or what if I prefer Yahoo or Bing or one of these other search engines? Do I do it in Google? Do I do it in those ones? Is there a reason why I do it in Google? Kind of maybe speak to that.
Absolutely. So the big thing to keep in mind, guys, is the biggest player in the market is Google. At the end of the day, by far, it's not even a close race. Okay. So if you're a DuckDuckGo user, you're a Bing user, you're any other search engine, your goal is to dominate Google, get all your ideas from Google, because if it's working on Google, it's working on all those search engines. All the search engines follow suit with Google. So there is no reason to really run this process on another search engine. You actually might lose value. You might miss some important keywords if you don't do it through Google. But keep in mind, it's okay. If you never use Google, but you want to do keyword research, run it exactly how we did it here, and it will work very well on your choice of search engine.
Perfect. Okay. What about if I want to kind of take my game to kind of the next level, right? Done this,
All right.
build a little bit of a list. I want to go a little next steps here.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we're going to get advanced. It's still free. But this is an actual tool you have to sign up for. You have to download a Google Chrome extension. So just kind of follow along. If this is new to you, don't worry about it. Just kind of follow kind of these steps. So Sean already has that tool turned on. So I'm going to point it out just so people can kind of see what it is, Sean, and then we'll kind of go to how they would sign up and set it up, right? So if you guys look at the sidebar on the right-hand side, yeah, there you go. The name of the tool is What's My SERP? What's My SERP? Right there. If Sean's kind of highlighting it right now, that's the tool. You guys will not, Sean sees that whole set of keywords and information because he has that tool turned on. What that tool does when you have it set up is basically, instead of going through the process that we just went through, it strips all that information and puts it there on the side. But one big value that you guys have to point out, or we're going to point out, is that not only does it give you keywords, it gives you the estimated monthly search volume. What that means is it's telling you, like that first word, sell my house fast for cash, it's literally telling you that there's estimated 1,600 people are searching for that term in your area. So that's basically what that 1,600 means. There's 1,600 searches, people actually searching for that word. So you can actually look down. If you go down one, sell my house now, 880 people per month are potentially looking for that keyword. So we make decisions, in some cases, we make decisions based on that search volume. So that way we focus on trying to optimize our pieces of content, our location page, the service page, whatever it might be that we're doing for a client. We try to focus on the ones that have the most volume. Now, there is a trick to it. It's not always about the high volume, because keep in mind, if there's a lot of search, that means your competition's going after those as well. So the key here is to find a happy medium. For you guys that are just, weekend warriors on the digital marketing side or SEOs, just doing it on the side, don't worry about that too much. Just look at stuff that has decent volume and go after those. If you see anything that has zero, basically, there's one right there, Sean, you can maybe kind of point out that has a little dash, or maybe it just says 10. Don't be discouraged. Those are actually gold. In my opinion, those are sometimes gold nuggets, because your competitors will skip that because they're like, there's no search on there. Yes, there is. Anything that appears on this list, there's at least one or two people looking for it. In some industries like real estate, you can make a lot of money on one deal. So you want to make sure that you go after the stuff that doesn't have as much competition as well.
So you're saying just if it's on this list, it's worth it?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. So if it's on this list, add it to your spreadsheet. Okay. So now how do you even set up this tool, right? How do you even go about it? So you would go to whatsmyserp.com, and Sean has it. Sign up for this tool, guys. Don't pay for it. There's a paid version. You don't have to pay for it. But once you sign up, it'll take you through the process of also adding it to your Google Chrome, basically a bar, and as an extension. And once you have that, now go back to the search, Sean, and show them where the little toggle is at. There you go. You will have that on there. So every time you do a search and you want to see the keywords that this particular tool recommends, you turn it on and boom. And if you look at the top, look at the actual top part, it literally gives you your keyword that you typed in, how much search it actually has per month, right? And then if you look at the dollar amount, that's the dollar amount that people are actually paying in pay-per-click, basically the Google ads, right? That's how much that particular keyword per click. Every time these ads, every time Sean clicks on it, somebody is paying $52.
You tell me there's 3 ads that I see right here. And if I were to click on this guy and this ad, each one of them are going to get charged. In case you're not paying attention to the screen or you can't see it because you're listening to this, folks, Sell My House Fast, for example, 4,400 searches a month. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And these ad companies are paying $52.85 a click to be sitting up here in the number 1, number 2, number 3 spot for that search term. I hate to say it, but Sunday.com, you about to go bankrupt. I'm just going to keep clicking and refreshing, clicking and refreshing, clicking and refreshing.
But exactly. Somebody wanted to be a bit of a jerk, right? And kind of, if that was my competition or whatever, right? You can literally click on there, and if their budget, because there are budgets that you set on these ads, say it was $1,000, and Sean just sat there and clicked till 20 times or whatnot, their budget will go down, and then their listing right there would disappear because their budget's gone. So Google takes them off the list. Something that a takeaway here is, what's the difference between paid and organic, right? We talked about paid is on top, but as you guys can see, as long as you're putting money into it and you have it there, your ad will stay. But as soon as you stop paying, you disappear. On the organics, go right there to the first organic one, Sean. That particular company has been working on their content, adding value, adding the trust with Google. Google's put them on the number one position. If they stop doing their SEO, they don't disappear. The only way they can disappear if the competition, like Sean and I, bring one of our clients and start dominating that particular keyword and outwork them. We literally have to outwork them to win that spot.
Awesome. Well, don't take that seriously, folks. I wasn't giving you guys the insider secret to putting your competition out of business, but it did kind of hit my mind. For a quick there. Click instead of bankrupt, clickrupt.
Oh.
Cool. So what's myserp.com? I'll tell you guys, it was super, super easy. Roger walked me through putting this on. I didn't have it actually on this device, this computer's Chrome piece last night. Super simple. You just create the free account. As soon as you log in, there was a little button that said extension. You click on it. If you're a Chrome user, using the Chrome search, or the Chrome, what's this called?
Chrome bar. Just yeah.
You just click the little extension piece and it says, do you want to add it? You click yes, and about 2.5 seconds later, it's added, and boom, you refresh your Google page, Google search page, and it shows up on there, as long as you're signed in. Sometimes I noticed today when I was getting ready for this episode, I had to kind of sign in to What's My SERP to get it to turn back on for us.
Right. And for some of those listeners out there that follow us and are actually active clients or people that like our content, they might have seen something on our YouTube channel about keywords everywhere. This is a very similar tool. I happen to like this one better now. Everything changes every month on with digital marketing, right? But that other tool doesn't give you the volume. This particular tool does. And that's why I've now kind of gone in the direction of recommending this particular tool. So I think we might have to create a YouTube video for it, Sean, so people know how to set it up.
Keywords everywhere was pretty cool, but you had to buy credits to be able to see some of this information. Whereas with What's My SERP, it's all part of the free for now. Who knows? As you said, it could change in a month.
Everything changes.
Those listening, those watching, get out there, take a look at this and leverage it while it's still available. So, all right, cool. Is there anything else that we can do to kind of amplify? I've done a little bit of work here, right? I'm
right.
The new business guy. I've done a little work. I made my list on the Google Suggests. I did some work through leveraging the What's My SERP plugin. I'm kind of armed. I'm dangerous. I got a weapon with a few bullets loaded into it, and I want to go test it out and fire it. What can I do next to give me some ideas on what the heck I should even write about?
Excellent question. So this final step or final technique is going to a website called Answer the Public, right? So Answer the Public is extremely powerful. One thing I'm going to point out for new users of Answer the Public is it is a paid platform, but you can use it for free a couple times every 24 hours, right? So don't be discouraged if you put in a couple of suggestions and then tries to kind of have you pay. Don't worry about it. You got to wait 24 hours and then you can. But I believe it's 1 or 2 times. I can't remember, Sean, exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's only a couple on it. We'll link up a link in the show notes. We actually have an affiliate link to Answer My Public. If you decide, if you're using it a lot, you want to upgrade to their pro plan. I don't remember exactly what you guys get. It's an affiliate link for us, and there's some sort of a discount or bonus or something like that from Answer the Public on it. It is a phenomenal tool, though. So if you're the type that is kind of the DIYer, you're doing it yourself in your business, generating a lot of your blog content, really trying to dial this down, it may be worth upgrading so that you can't, you're not kind of stuck to a couple searches and then you got to wait a day to be able to try to do another one. And trust me, we've tried the little hack. Can we open an incognito window and do it? It doesn't work that way. You get a couple for free, just enough to taste, the taste test, and then you got to wait till tomorrow kind of thing. So
Cool. So with Answer the Public, I would not recommend coming straight to this tool. I would suggest doing the Google suggest kind of technique, then going to What's My SERP, making your strong list. That way you have something, right? Once you're there, then you can look at your keywords that you collected on your spreadsheet. Take one of those keywords, and then you're going to go ahead and drop it into go ahead and take that, Sean, and drop it into the search right there. And then just hit search. What this tool is doing is going out and scraping the entire kind of like a database of Google, right? Just scraping everything and pretty much giving you the results with a lot of different terms that people are typing in. But not only that, it organizes everything. As you can see, it gives you a mind map of all kinds of stuff that's being asked on Google, and it gives you basically a lot of blog ideas, all kinds of stuff, even for your services, whatnot. So Sean, as you can see in the middle, you'll see your main keyword.
Yep.
And then spreading out from there, basically you have, all right, what keywords include what we call in SEO, we call it a modifier, right? So the where, why, how is basically what you would add to your main keyword to modify it, right? For the meaning. And you just go, it gives you for example, what, right? You can go to the what, and then it gives you all kinds of different terms or phrases that are actually being typed into Google that you can utilize for your blog post, or you can utilize them inside your same content that you're creating, right? So it's not like you have to create a piece of content for every single one of these. No, you can take a chunk of these and add them to one piece of content to try to rank for them. And now what's great about this tool, you can see there's so many ideas. There's no way you'll kind of do it in a month, right? You have a year or more worth of content ideas just with this strategy here.
And the thing to keep in mind here, Answer the Public, this is, where they're getting this information from is public searches. This is questions that actual people have typed in, trying to find the answer to, and Answer the Public saying, hey, here's the questions. Here's what you as a business can go and answer now.